goal is to reach 1 million kids, 1 million families, I should say, by the end of 2024.
Ooh,
and it's pretty aggressive. But again, we get with people who reach people who reach people. And how we're going to do that is we're on our website. We've ghosted right now a map of Texas. But as everybody signs up or says, I'm involved, I want to get involved, I want to know more, we have their city. And a little star will pop up. So we're going to just keep track of who's getting involved. My end-all goal, which it sounds crazy, but it is I see us being at the White House.
Welcome to the Who You Know Show, where what you know is important, but who you know can make all the difference in your business, career, relationships, and life. Today, I'm super excited to be joined by LisaBeth LB Thomas. And LB is a prominent figure in Central Texas, known for her creativity, successful advertising campaigns, and dedication to child safety. She's the founding president of Texas Women in Business and is currently leading the charge of Not On Our Watch Texas, Now Texas, which is a campaign that is combating online sexual exploitation of children. And we just had your event today. Yeah. Super excited that you're here with us. Can you tell me why you started Not On Our Watch Texas? Where did the idea come from? And then we'll talk about where it's headed.
Where it's going. Well, it came from Texas Women in Business is 14 years old. I'm the founding president. There was 5 of us that got it started. Well, for our 10-year anniversary, the group asked if I would be president again. And I thought, well, that's a cool honor because we have chapters in Lubbock and Dallas, or Dallas is coming up, Houston, Austin, all over. And so I thought that would be really great. So then I went, well, it's our 10 years, so what could we do that's different? Like, not have just a party, but what can we do to make an impact? So I went to the governor's office, to the Governor's Commission for Women, and said, I want to do something big. And they said, well, Texas is #1 in trafficking. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean?
Who said that to you?
The executive director of the Governor's Commission for Women.
Wow.
So she said, we're #1. And I said, how is that possible? Well, it's our border. Houston is the #1 city in the country.
Right.
And my background is media, production, news, and I was like, how do we not know that?
Right.
Why is that not on the news every night? I think there's over 300,000 people a day involved in human trafficking in the state of Texas.
Why do you think it's not on the news?
I think lack of awareness. I think it's I don't know why. Now that you ask me that,
I ask you that because, and I'm not trying to go conspiracy or blah 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 blah, but like you hear all this stuff. They just released the list, I guess, Jeffrey Epstein and the island, blah 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 blah, and there's a lot of political figures, and there's some things, some higher up, some people that are in high positions of power. And I've also heard that it's an industry that makes a lot of money.
Yes.
There's a lot of money in this.
My brain went to online. So yes, you're right. For the trafficking, I do think it's money. I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Right.
And a lot of people make a lot of money for, in our country and out. And so many people say, well, my kid hasn't run away. But they don't need to run away. It's happening in every suburb in the state of Texas, in the country. And then what happened is we had COVID, so we were going to do a campaign. We were going to do something because we were like, okay, my background's marketing. What could we do to raise awareness? And we had COVID, so we couldn't do it. We had COVID, couldn't do it. And then finally we got around to where we were able to do it last year in September. And launching the campaign, we decided to go to online because of COVID. Online exploitation was up 567%. Sextortion was on the rise. I was receiving things from NCMEC in the governor's office of things on the dark web, of things that people were saying, like, great, the kids can't leave. Hopefully we get some great daddy-daughter videos. I mean, creepy stuff. Hopefully we can get the stepdaughter to do such and such. I mean, horrible stuff. And so we're like, wait a minute. Every child, or not every child, but most children have either a gaming device, laptop, or cell phone. And predators go where the kids are, and that's where they are. So that's when Andre and I were like, we need to focus online because this affects everybody. Mm-hmm. Trafficking, yes, it affects, but my grandchildren and my kids aren't trafficked right now. They could be.
Sure.
But they're online.
Right.
And how do we bring awareness so people know the questions to ask, what to look for, how to stop it, and protect their own kids?
Yeah, I mean, on the panel they were talking about, kids as young as 8 and 9 years old being addicted to pornography and things like that, and I've seen that personally with a child that we looked at the phone and there was. And he's 8, 9 years old.
Wow.
There was pornography on the phone. What should a parent do in that scenario?
Let me throw you out a stat.
Okay.
It's 34% of all 13-year-olds thinks it's okay to post nude photos.
Okay.
So
What was the percentage?
34.
34, okay.
So that's a third of all 13-year-olds
think it's
thinks
okay.
it's normal.
Yeah. Not just okay, but normal. Like this is behavior.
Yeah. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, everybody's doing
Everybody's doing it. But they don't know where it's going to end up.
Yeah, I can only imagine when I was 13, I was a crazy kid. And I got in a lot of trouble, had not a lot of discipline going on in the household, and I was actually in and out of the juvenile system as a teenager. And at 13, I was already a felon at 13 for a fight. I got into an altercation and, almost destroyed my life with that. Luckily, it was on my juvenile record. But the reason why I'm saying all this is because I can only imagine if I had that much power.
Yeah.
How much worse my life would be.
Yeah, you would not be here.
No.
You
I mean, I was already doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
If I had that power.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like a huge advocate for we need to do something about the amount of power that these kids have. We need to regulate it somehow. Put some kind of like. On the last interview, I was talking with Wendy, and I said, what if we had just like when you're driving your car, you need a permit, you got to go to a class, you got to go log so many hours with your parents.
Right.
What if there was some kind of process before you just hand it over to the kid?
Yeah.
Right?
Some training wheels.
Training.
Yes.
That's a mandatory. You got to get your smartphone license before you get a smartphone. Make kids go through a process so they understand the dangers.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you go through driver's ed, is to learn the dangers and what to do and all that.
And they show you the accidents. They show you the wrecks.
Exactly.
So why not show kids this is what could happen?
100%.
Because more and more it's starting online.
I remember when I was a kid, I got popped with alcohol and had to go to an alcohol awareness class.
Yeah.
Right? When I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And they showed me the accidents and what happens and this, that, and the other. Like, show kids the danger. Because I think kids are, they're good at their heart, at their core. And if they just don't feel like they're doing anything wrong and they think it's normal behavior, but if we show them like, hey.
Yeah. Well, one of the panelists was talking about kids just want to be liked. Mm-hmm. They want those, how many likes can I get? I want to be told I'm pretty. I want to be told I'm noticed. Mm-hmm. And that comes from insecurity.
We all want to be seen.
I know. And we all do. We post on social media, and as you were talking about it, being a 13-year-old, 13, I was tall, I was gangly, I was the tallest girl in the class. I would have given anything, like Rebecca was saying, to a 25-year-old paying attention to her. I would have been so excited to have somebody paying attention to me. Yeah. So, but we didn't have the phones. Mm-hmm. We didn't have that.
And to think that there's people behind the scenes pretending, right, to be, a girl, because the percentage is higher on boys, right? Boys are the ones, I mean, it happens to girls too, but I think they said that boys are being...
Sextortion for boys.
Sextortion.
For boys is
higher.
Okay,
explain the sextortion. I mean, I know what it is, but for the audience, explain sextortion.
Sextortion is reaching out, having someone supply new video or photos or do a sex act or harm a child, whatever it is that they're asking, and they record them, and then the predator tells whoever they're doing it with is that they are going to blackmail them. Send me $1,000, $200, whatever. $1,000 seems to be the number. Send me $1,000 or we're going to post this. And they've got the technology to look like they've done it.
Right.
So they'll say, we've already posted this to your social media. We've already posted this to your Instagram. You need to send money. Yeah.
So that's crazy to me too, because I think about it, I'm like, okay, as a kid, I didn't have no $1,000.
Right.
Right? So are they expecting, is the criminal expecting that the kid go to the parents? Are they expecting that the kid steal the money?
Yes and yes. However they can get it, how desperate they are.
By any means
Yeah.
necessary.
Right.
So essentially they're also extorting the parents through the kid.
Right.
Right? Because they're expecting the parent or the child to go to the parent and say,
I need this money.
Right.
Or, like they said, gift cards. And I believe what Brandon was saying was that they really go after more of the affluent ones where they think they can get that because they may be easier for them to get that money.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But going out and stealing it.
I wouldn't have had no money growing up. I'd have been like, well, you're going to have to post that picture because I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money for you. But yeah, that makes sense. So more affluent kids going after their families and things like that too. Wow.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. Well, I appreciate.
But we can do something about it.
That's
the
what
thing.
I'm saying.
As I don't want to, because when we talk to folks, they're like, "Oh, this is so heavy." No, it's not. I want you to reverse it. We're doing something about it.
Right.
We are bringing awareness. We're letting people know. We're going to different cities. We're having panels like we are, and
you got the Girl Scouts connected, right? Isn't that awesome?
Oh my God, isn't that the best?
That's so cool.
That's so cool. That's 12,000 girls immediately, and then their network.
And see, that's what I was talking about. They're creating a curriculum for the Girl Scouts and the patch that goes along with it once they, get through the curriculum. The curriculum is what I'm talking about. This is where I was saying, like, driver's ed.
Yes.
Right? Like
yes.
like have something that it's a mandatory.
Yeah.
Like it should not be. Don't leave it up to the parents because there are good parents. There's great parents, and then there's not so good parents.
Right.
Right. And so, if you leave it up to the parent, like have it some form of system that's mandatory. It should be in the school system. I was just talking about. We have sex ed. Mm-hmm. Why do we have sex ed? Like, what's the purpose behind it? Why?
Yeah. Do we even have sex ed anymore? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the purpose was for, it's education, safety, like protection. What are the consequences of sex?
Right.
Right? Because kids are already, we know they're dabbling in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost my virginity when I was 13 years old. I know kids are so much younger now. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
So what are the consequences of all this stuff? And education, awareness, I think is the what.
Yeah, a woman when we were walking out tonight, she said, I'm taking all this and I'm very connected with the PTAs, want to get you guys into the schools. So, but again, if they don't know that this is an issue or something that we should be talking about, she was like, I had no idea. We need to get this into the schools. I'm going to go talk to the PTAs. So that's the whole point. And again, if every single person that was in that room today shares it on their social network or calls their friends or says, hey, let's do a panel with my friends in the neighborhood or let's do something at the school, we're going to slowly get there, but we have to start somewhere.
It makes so much sense because, with the awareness, all of a sudden you're reaching some people of influence that can make change.
Yes.
Right? So that's a great point. Like, how did the deal with the Girl Scouts come about? Like, how paint that picture for me? It was through awareness.
Yeah, no, I was at an event for the Girl Scouts. It was, they were introducing a new woman on their staff. And I've known Paula, the CEO, for years, but we weren't friends, but we knew of each other. Like when we saw each other, we were like, oh my God, it's so good to see you kind of thing. I walked away from that and I went, oh my God, the Girl Scouts. It was just
a light bulb moment.
Light bulb. And so I got home, I emailed her and said, can I take you to lunch? I want to run something by you. And she said, absolutely. So we went to lunch and I was telling her the stats, what we're doing. And she just went, oh my God, I have 3 girls. I had no idea. I have 12,000 girls. I had no idea. We have to do a badge. We have to do curriculum. And so she knew what I was, and I said, that's what I wanted you to say.
Let's
we
go.
can make a difference.
That's awesome.
And that goes to, Trevor, and I know you know this because of your background, ask.
Yes.
I could have easily been like, oh, they probably won't. She could have just said, we're not interested. We already have one in the works.
Yep.
But I asked.
Yeah.
All I did was ask.
Yeah.
And
I was
the answer's always no if you don't ask.
I literally had, 100%. I literally had this conversation the other day where somebody was saying in their organization, I don't know, it was backwards. They were saying in their organization, never ask, only offer value. Just give value and it will happen organically. And I said, yes, that does happen. That's the law of reciprocity. However, if you want it to happen more often, ask. And it gets biblical. Ask and you shall receive. You have to ask.
Yeah.
Right? And so, give value, like add value to someone's life, and then have an ask. Yeah. And people will feel more inclined to help you and support you in whatever that you're trying to do. So you got to ask.
Yeah, and like even today, we were very clear that it wasn't a fundraiser. And so what I was saying is, this is how much it's going to cost to do it. Connect me to somebody.
Sure, that's your ask.
That's my ask. Connect me to somebody. And there were already ideas of Sherry Matthews came up with the idea of, what if the patches cost about $10 to a person, whatever. What if we put it out there like a brick for a hospital? How many badges do you want to sponsor for the Girl Scouts? I mean, what a cool way of doing. But again, making the ask.
Yeah, I was thinking just now when you said that, what about every Girl Scout cookies box is $1 that gets donated or whatever.
Yeah.
How many boxes of cookies get sold, right?
Can you imagine how many millions?
So if $1 gets donated towards this cause, right?
Yeah, we can get creative.
I'm just thinking, but that's really cool. But you got to ask.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's the future? What's that look like? Cast that vision. I want you to cast that 10x vision for me.
I am.
Where are we going with
this? All right, Mr. Cardone and Elena. The goal is to reach 1 million kids, 1 million families, I should say, by the end of 2024.
Ooh,
and it's pretty aggressive. But again, we get with people who reach people who reach people. And how we're going to do that is, we're on our website. We've ghosted right now a map of Texas, but as everybody signs up or says, I'm involved, I want to get involved, I want to know more, we have their city, and a little star will pop up. So we're going to just keep track of who's getting involved. My end-all goal, which it sounds crazy, but it is I see us being at the White House. I see president, whichever president is, I don't know, saying, this organization has made a difference, has saved lives. You've made an impact, because we won't just be Texas. We're going to Florida with Elena. We're going to Louisiana. We're going to Arkansas. I'm speaking to the UN Women this Sunday on Global Not on Our Watch. So we're going to do it. And I just see it being recognized of, like Mothers Against Drunk Driving. You brought awareness and answers, and you saved lives.
I love it.
So that's my vision. And you can come and be with me and do photography and video.
Let's do it. Let's go. I love that. So I have this campaign. It's called the Pay It Forward campaign. And essentially, you want to make some big impact. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. It starts with 3. Okay? And if 3 people teach 3 people, okay? Well, 3 times 3 is 9. Well, if those 3 people then teach 3 people, 9 times 3 is 81. Okay, if you do this 12 times, it's over 1.5 million people.
Wow.
So one of the things that I would tell you in your groups and events and things like that, if you can get them to sign up, but not only for them to sign up, but just put 3 people down that they think would benefit from the same information that they heard.
Okay.
Right? So everybody in the room, let's say there was 100 people there. 100 people now puts 3 names down. Well, now we just went from 100 to 300. Right? 300 to 9 to, and it just exponentially grows.
And that's easy to do, because all I have to do is fill that out on the website, and they'll get the information.
Yeah, just put down 3 names, 3 parents. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Put down, you're signing up. You want all the info. You just heard the information. So you put your name down, and then sign up 3 people that you think would benefit.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
Love that.
I love it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to steal that.
You need to do that for
will.
sure, because I know it'll be a slam dunk for you.
Yeah.
It's going to
I'll
blow
be like,
up.
we're 2 million, Trevor. Yeah.
Yes, let's go. Well, LB, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of it.
Thank you for your
I
commitment
appreciate
to it. When you left Austin, I think that same day you text saying, what do you need? If you're in Dallas, let me know. And so the minute I knew we were coming, I was like, reach out. And you had already interviewed Rebecca, and Rebecca was saying, you got to get a hold of Trevor. And I was like, we just talked. So yeah, you're in our circle of key people.
Well, absolutely. I appreciate you, and thank you for thank you for having me and being part of this. Anything I can do to support it, I definitely want to do that.
Tell 3 people.
I will tell 3 people. I'm going to tell a lot more than 3 people.
You heard it. So
hey,
you're one.
I got to ask for the audience, okay? You got to ask, right?
Okay.
So if you're tuning in right now, whatever station, whatever channel you're listening in from, share this out with 3 people, okay? Just share this to a parent, somebody that you think would benefit from hearing the information. Share it out. Let's make an impact. And let's get to that 1 million goal
1 million.
that you're looking for by the end of this year. We got time.
Protect our kids.
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's the show. It's all about who you know. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Who You Know Show podcast. My name is Trevor Houston, and if you've enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing wherever you listen and leave us a positive review to help us keep the mics on in the studio. Until next week, that's the show. It's all about who you know.